Welcome to Miss Marcy Sunday School. This summer, we will explore the book of Genesis. Let's discover the amazing beginning of the world with God's creation. Come follow me.
Hey guys, welcome to the children's sermon. I'm so excited. We have a special guest. He's our celebrity at Front Street. This is Rett Davis, and he's here to talk to you about God's creation in this beautiful place here in Burlington, North Carolina. Rett, tell us a little bit about this area that we're at right now.
Oh, glad to. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm down here at Willowbrook Park, right in the center of Burlington. And this is where they're building the new Burlington Arboretum. Now, Arboretum is nothing but a big word for a place with a lot of trees in it, and a lot of trees down here in Willowbrook Park. But I'm down here by the creek right now, and the name of the creek is not Willowbrook Creek, it's called Browns Creek. And it's not too far probably from where you live. So I'd like for you to come down here sometime and see all the cool things that are going on. And we're right here now along the creek where you can see all the native wildflowers in bloom. And we're going to talk about those. Marcy, you like flowers?
Love them. They bring so much gorgeous beauty to this world.
Well, they do. This is the way God's always doing things like this, you know. We've got trees, we've got clouds, we've got birds, we've got insects, and we got flowers. Just all part of God's creation. And in this park, on any given day, you might see a red-tailed hawk, a red-shouldered hawk, a Cooper's hawk will fly by. We've got bluebirds everywhere nesting here. You can see mom and daddy bluebirds. Even in the creek back here, you may see some mallard ducks and her babies. There are tadpoles, there's crayfish in here. There's even snapping turtles in here. We found a nest of snapping turtle eggs in here. But look at these flowers today. Here's some purple coneflower. It's beautiful, and the bees will come, they'll come and pollinate these flowers. And these down here, what do you think these are? These are sunflowers. Lots of different types of sunflowers. If I can grab a stem, here we go. Pull it up a little bit. Here are some wild sunflowers. Lots of different types of sunflowers. But these are the native ones that grow in the wild. You find them along creeks, along hillsides, and along the creeks. Aren't they pretty, Marcy?
They are gorgeous.
Now, who do you think likes a sunflower other than us? Birds love sunflowers, especially the goldfinches. Why, there's maybe 3 or 4 dozen goldfinches that I've seen working these flowers. What does that mean? Well, inside here are little seeds, and as it gets older, they begin to produce seeds that the birds want. In fact, Mr. Davis might have a pocket full of sunflower seeds.
Yay!
These are the kind of seeds that you put in your bird feeder at home. Well, they come from sunflowers, and this is the type of sunflower that produces a seed just almost like this. The cardinals, the finches, the blue jays, the grackles, the cowbirds, all sorts of birds love to eat seeds. And here are the sunflower seeds that come from flowers just like this. And I'm going to throw these out here so they can have a little supper tonight. I'm going to empty my whole pocket of sunflower seeds.
And it might even grow another sunflower.
It will grow more sunflowers. They'll be here before too long. And here we've got all sorts of native plants and grasses that are growing here. All sorts of insects in here too. And of course, what do you think eats insects? Birds eat insects. They love to come in here and eat them. There are other insects that eat insects. How about that? I heard a frog. Did you hear that bullfrog?
I did.
Bullfrogs eat insects. What about fish? They eat insects too. So it's just a whole buffet of food in here from all sorts of God's creatures. Fun. Come down here to the Burlington Arboretum at Willowbrook Park. Take a walk on the walkway. Look at the flowers. Look at the trees. And we'll be back with something else before too long.
Yeah, next week he's going to come back, and he said he's going to climb a tree for us.
I used to climb a tree when I was a young boy. We're going to see if Mr. Davis can still climb a tree. Y'all have a good week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
friends, I'm going to read you a book. And the name of my book is called Growing Vegetable Soup. Ooh, I love me some vegetable soup. Growing vegetable soup. Dad says we are going to grow vegetable soup. We're ready to work, and our tools are ready too. You have a shovel and a rake and a hoe. Those are the things that you need. Farmers need them. We are planting the seeds. Look, they dug the holes. There's their packet of seeds. They're growing some beans and some peas and some corn and some zucchini squash and some carrots. They put all those seeds in the hole. And all the sprouts, tomato, broccoli, the potatoes, they're in the ground. That's where they're growing. The onions are growing in the ground too. There's peppers and cabbage. And giving them a little bit of water. Remember, God is going to let them rain on them. And God's going to give them some sun. And they're going to start to grow because they have some dirt. And waiting for warm sun to make them grow. See, there they go. They're all growing. And grow. Look at them all. They all start out as little sprouts. And grow into plants. And they're all different. Look, and the squash has a flower on it. And where that flower is, that's where squash is going to grow. We watch over them and we weed. Oop, there's a little worm in there. The worms like it. Until the vegetables are ready for us to pick. Look at the tomatoes. And the corn gets really, really tall. Or dig it up, because they're digging up the carrots and the potatoes. And carry home. And then we wash them. And cut them and put them in a pot of water. And cook them into vegetable soup. Make sure. At last, it's time to eat it all up. It was the best soup ever. And we can grow it again next year. Growing vegetable soup. That made me hungry. I have an idea. Hold on. Well, guys, let's make some vegetable soup. First of all, I brought some seeds to show you. And you probably didn't realize it, but you probably have been eating seeds. Look at, this is tomato. Look how small they are. And this is strawberry. You know, on the strawberries, there's tiny, tiny little seeds. And these are peas. I don't know why they're red, but maybe they're a special kind of pea. There's some onions. You know, the onions, they grow in the ground. Let me turn it around so you can see these really good. I think you recognize this. This is corn. Look, that's a seed. Isn't that amazing? And that's carrots. And there's sunflower seeds. They look just like the sunflower seeds you eat. And then everybody knows what this is. It is a pumpkin. And do you know that the farmers, they have already planted the pumpkin seeds. They're getting ready for fall and for you to carve your pumpkin. Well, I wanted to tell you a story, and it's in the Bible. It's in the book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 5, and it is the story of the sower. I wanted to tell you, see, Jesus, he gathered all the disciples together, and he told them a parable. Now, what a parable is, it's a story. And Jesus would teach by telling a parable. Well, this is they were sitting there together, and Jesus pointed to the side and said, "See that farmer over there?" And the farmer was just throwing out the seeds, and the seeds were going in all directions. And Jesus told them, "See the rocky road here? Well, one seed might fall on the stone. Another seed might fall into a thorn. And then another seed might fall in just a tiny, tiny little bit of dirt that might be there. And then another seed will fall in a bunch of rich soil that I bet a worm worked to make it nice and rich in fertilizer." Well, the disciples said, "Jesus, why do you teach us like this? Why do you tell us parables?" And Jesus looked at them and said, "This seed is the Word of God." And they all went, "What?" He said, "This seed, all seeds are the Word of God. And if you have God in your heart, you will grow just like this seed." Well, Jesus told them that the seed that fell on the stone, it won't grow, and a bird will swoop down and take that seed. That's just like someone that doesn't go to church or doesn't believe in God. Then the next seed that fell in the thorn, that would be somebody that just has no hope, no faith, and has given up. Then the seed that fell in just a little bit of dirt, it will grow, but then it will die because there will not be any roots for it to continue to grow. That would be the person that goes to church and loves God, but gets so busy and forgets about God. But then the seed that grows into the rich soil, it will grow into a beautiful plant. And that is the person that has God in their heart always, and thanks God and continues to pray. What kind of soil are you in your life? And I hope it's the rich soil. Guys, remember, the seed is the Word of God. And if you plant your seed in your heart, that means it is in the richest soil that has fertilizer and love in it. And if you plant your seed in the rich soil, you'll grow all of this, all these fabulous vegetables. So continue to pray, continue to listen to your parents, choose your friends wisely, and let all the bad things just pass you by, and continue to pray and continue to love God, and you will grow a beautiful plant, or you will grow into something incredible. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week talking about the plants and all our vegetables. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, Rett,
You're
for
welcome.
coming. And he's going to join us again next week. We are going to make a worm farm because the worms are so important. There's acres here, and do you know there's probably like 1 million worms? So I hope you have a great week, and I love you, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
force of gravity to hold us down.